Hello, welcome to Gunpla Reviews, where it's myself versus my shelf. Over 230 model kits and a queue of reviews to do. Today's challenger, almost the end of the IBO line. We have today the high grade 144 Gundam Dantalion from the manga Iron Blooded Orphans Gekko from the year of our Bandai Lords, 2017. As we can already see, this is the age of bilingual manuals, so let's take a look. And so we have here yet another Gundam frame style, the Gundam Dantalion. This, unfortunately, and we'll get to this, is an incomplete form. This here is known as the naked form, a very skull-shaped head. Get your side to side there. Full-on exorcist rotation. At the shoulder. The pauldrons go up, arm goes up, full rotation over here. Once things are back in a more natural position, you have your bicep rotation. And for reasons to be seen, you have to have that absolute 180 fold. And the hands are your typical ball and socket, hand and plate form. At the waist, very minuscule, so of course you get that exorcist twist. It's a ball joint, so you do get some rocking and posability. That shouldn't have happened, but this series would not be complete without at least one part falling off. No side skirts to speak of. You do have these tiny little white pieces, but as you might have noticed, I had to squish them back into place. It's been quite a while since I messed with this. Not even a back plate or front plates, but mini stickers here. We've got some blue coloring here on the side, this orange piece up here, which even years after I built it, still struggles to stay in place. At the legs, traditional Gundam frame action gives you a complete split, absolutely madness. Thigh rotation, 100%. Fumbling about to get posing, certain poses, and I did it. Hey, at least I didn't drop that one. There we go. Despite the size of that leg, 180, and the usual strange design and shape that IBO feed like to have, especially the Gundam frames. And because there's no back skirt, full front and back kick, even if that front kick does not look very impressive. It's very bottom heavy, which doesn't seem to be an issue. Unless that happens. Of course, that just squeezes right back into place. And then maybe I can put the knee back in? I don't know. Oh no. I did drop a piece. There's a piece missing here. It seems to be It's somewhere on the void, but that is a flaw here in that these leg cuffs are very, very easy to just pop off. I don't even see it down here in the void. That's actually concerning, because I had it earlier when I had to get everything together. I'll look for it later. Found it. I know I said later, but then I triggered my own compulsiveness. And while it does just kind of squeeze back in there, it's one of the pieces that doesn't feel very secure, even when it's there. So, our Dantalion, most people are not getting him because he looks this cool by himself. Yes, he does have a skull-shaped face, but what you're here for are big smashy weapons and more big smashy bits. We have here what is the T-Booster. Now, if you want to pause the video real quick, take yourself a trip down to a Gundam wiki. Anyone will do. Look for the Dantalion and observe that there is not just the T-Booster, which is short for Top Booster. There's a B-Booster that we never got. When equipped, and I don't mean just hanging this back here, when it is equipped, we'll go over that, it is known as half cowl. We never got a full cowl. Maybe there was some design complications, they couldn't make it work, or P-Bandai just didn't want that money. Who knows? However, we will point out that this does plug into the backpack here. Just squeeze that boy in, and it comes with its own proprietary stand because it is so large and heavy. You will align these rails with these tabs along here. We're going to see if we can manage this at all. Because as we know, I am King of Bumbletown. And while it is adjustable, you will have to, there we go. It will now stand on its own, mostly. Over here, you have a gun. I saw either on the box or in the manual, it had a name. Let us observe a name. Weaponry. Bayonet rifle. There we go. That answers that. Bayonet rifle. Makes sense. The handle here is removable for when you don't want to have that handle in the way, but it's not in the way when you transform it into the bayonet sword. You can keep the handle in place. If you don't like it, boom, gone. There it goes. And while it looks like something would like plug in along here, focus please. Nothing actually plugs in there. Perhaps that was an addition that went with the B-Booster. Let's turn this back around and squeeze that in there. And as one would expect, there's a simple process of disassembling the hand. Maybe. I guess it'll take itself into consideration. And you'll just slide that into your gun form or sword form as you see fit. I'm not going to bother with that right now, though. For we have a thing to do. Punch his hand back on. And we're going to get this backpack off. We're going to start disassembling things. Starting by separating the shoulder up here. Pull that apart. Peep that apart. And then we'll do the same on this side. Take that apart like so. These very conveniently will squeeze back inside. They are extendable, which is cool. And of course, knocking parts off. Just trying to do things. With each arm here, you're going to take and completely fold as much as it allows you, 180 degrees. Or we have to, well, let's start with the underside. This is going to be easier. Secondarily, it might actually be easier had I looked at the instructions previously. Now, the one thing I dislike about IBO kits is the tiny waist makes it very difficult for things to stand. As you can see, what's on here is a layer of either clear coat or super glue. I actually forget what's on there. But the point being is that it needs help staying. It needs more power. So we're going to start. So you can see with the shoulder piece how to line them up. I'm going to rotate this hand flat just because that makes me feel better. It's not necessary. Then here you will attempt not to drop pieces while on camera, because that's what I do. And firmly squeeze it together. You've now hidden your arm. If it weren't for this, you will get rotation here, but your rotation is over here. Attempting to do so on the other side now, because that's what we have to do. We have to do it. We can do it. Believe in me, folks. Believe. It just didn't feel like that was right. That's correct, though. Just the king of fumbling. And of course the backpack fell off. Okay, so after much bumbling, I was dumb. Should have looked at the instructions, seen that the backpack is a key component into securing everything in place. So now we have this. Take your arms, squeeze them right into place. They will extend out. This will move outward. And now your arm is free to do as you like for it to do. So let's get this other one attached. Extend, drop, move. And down here at the hands, you do have some articulation. And these manipulators, you've got toe grabs. Yeah, toe grabs, sure. Tip grabs. And some back and forth here. Now, of course, naturally you would want your big man to hold the big sword. It comes with a very proprietary adapter that you just clip right on there, and follow through by plugging it in to your hand of choice. Get a good clamp in there, and look, big smashy saber time. Let's go ahead and reattach the lower half. And even with all this weight, he should carry that weight. Unfortunately, this is all that it comes with. As previously griped, there is no bottom booster to accessorize with. But in conclusion, your boy gonna give this one a frontline ranking. It's a very good model, and as the base is very, very good. The T booster on its own is fine when you plug it into the back, and it's very useful to have its own backpack stand. But combined with your regular action-based stand, or at least the classic action-based 2, this does get a bit in the way, but at that point you're probably not too worried about balance. It's more so for standing on its own. What am I trying to say? The assembly for the half cowl is a bit on the finicky side. My own fault a bit for not reading the instructions beforehand and just kind of assuming I could reverse engineer it after it had been on my shelf like this for 2 years at least. 2 years since the last time I touched it. I mean, dust, that's why all my kits look a little dusty. I tried to clean them up beforehand, but it's lacking in accessories, which is not a problem. It makes up for it by the big accessories. But then at that point, you restrict some of its mobility due to having the far larger arms. It could have been better. I would have made it an ace had it not teased about the B booster, but I suppose that's something that you actually have to go on a wiki dive for. It's like, what is Gekko? Let's look into Gekko. Oh, this. Oh, there's a thing that we're never going to get, but such is the nature of Bandai, we will never get all of the things that we wish we could get. It's still fantastic, still amazing. These stickers up front are kind of dumb. Like, I get you going for the color accuracy, but I wouldn't have noticed if the blue stickers weren't even there. Orange stickers I have a love-hate relationship with. And then you've got these big orange stickers across the face. Those are like far too small details to really paint in unless you have skill. There's plenty of stickers up here on the B booster, the T booster as well. There was room for improvement in general, but it's still a very great and amazing kit. And I thank y'all for watching. Next time, I have a hard decision to make. Not just the approach, but for the series as a whole. Stay tuned for more giant robot antics, collections, video games, on and so forth. And as always, good night, Space Nerds.